In our birth chart, Lilith represents the part of us that we feel the most ashamed of, but it is also the place where we hold the most power. So in this video, I am covering everything that you need to know about having your Black Moon Lilith in the sign of Leo in your birth chart. Hello and welcome back to the Be the Hero channel. My name is Isabelle and I help you understand who you are using personality typing and astrology. I was the person who took way too long to understand themselves because I constantly felt lost and confused on who I was and what my desires were, and I believed anything anyone told me about me. Then I discovered the Enneagram, Myers-Briggs, and my birth chart and so much more. And for the first time in my life, I felt like I had a sense of clarity and direction on who I was, my personality traits, and what my desires were. So now I'm here to teach you about these things so you can understand yourself too in the simplest way possible and enjoy the process. Now, before I dive into what it means to have your Lilith in the sign of Leo, hit the link in the description below to get your very own, drumroll please, My Horoscope Made Me Do It hoodie. These hoodies are insanely comfortable and extremely cute, and they let the world know that yes, I'm someone who's obsessed with astrology. So join the psychos who are obsessed with astrology club by getting your own hoodie, and then we can be matching. Oh my god, so cute. In this video, I'm covering everything you need to know about having your Lilith, or also referred to as Black Moon Lilith, in the sign of Leo. Now, before I dive into Lilith in Leo, let's cover what Lilith is, because already I bet that while you're watching this video, you might be a little confused on, is this about Lilith? Is this about Black Moon Lilith? Which is it? I don't know which I'm looking for. What's the difference? Is there a difference? And I was confused on these things too when I started looking into my Lilith as well. To put it simply, you're likely looking for a Black Moon Lilith in whatever sign you're looking for, because in our birth chart, we commonly see a point or aspect called Lilith, likely for you in the sign of Leo in this case. The Black Moon Lilith is the more common and popular aspect in your chart that is simply referred to as Lilith for its popularity, but Lilith by itself is also a different aspect that is less known and less used in a common birth chart. So you'll see this referred to as just Lilith in Leo, but what you're looking for is the Black Moon Lilith in Leo, which is an aspect in your chart that is the darkest point on the moon's journey. Now, what does the Black Moon Lilith, or simply Lilith, represent? Lilith was the first wife of Adam, and she was known for being a highly competent, capable, and powerful woman. Now, while these traits are very incredible that she held, she was not necessarily the most passive person or passive wife for Adam. So what did they do? They got rid of Lilith. They threw her out of the world, and they replaced her with Eve, who was much more gentle and much more passive. So in our birth chart, Lilith represents these parts of us that are powerful, magnetic, hold great energy, but we at some point or another were taught that we are not valued for these things, and these will lead to our abandonment or being betrayed. So now we hide these traits because we feel that they are a risk to our safety within the world. So oftentimes in childhood, you're going to find that you embraced your Lilith for a little bit, and at some point in your childhood, you were taught that is not okay. I should not act this way. I need to hide these parts of myself, or else I'm going to be harmed. The Black Moon Lilith, whatever sign it's in as well, will also be traits that when we see these traits in other people, it kind of pisses us off because we are jealous that they get to embrace them and we don't. So the Black Moon Lilith, in short, is the things we feel the most ashamed of, and at the same time, when we embrace them, they hold a great power. So Black Moon Lilith really is truly a very massive aspect in our chart for healing and self-love. So embracing your Lilith can help you, whatever you want, be more confident. It could help you manifest with more ease, or it could help you embrace your dark feminine energy, as many people like to call it. And remember, when I say dark feminine energy, that everyone has feminine and masculine energy. This is not just for the ladies in the world. So what does it mean to have your Black Moon Lilith in the sign of Leo? Leo is the 5th archetype of the zodiac wheel, and it is the second fire sign that we interact with in the zodiac. In the first fire sign, which is the very first sign in the zodiac, Aries, we learn to just be bold and brave. We come into the world for the very first time. We are a fool, we are ignorant, we know nothing, and so we just throw ourselves out there. We act as the ram and charge life head on without fear, believing ourselves to be invincible because the best way to know if we are is to find out. So Aries is bold, blunt, brave, and driven just by the desire to experience everything for the first time. Leo, on the other hand, which is the second fire sign we interact with, is where we go, is there more passion to be lived with? How can we build this fire? So Leo represents a realm of play and passion that we have yet to experience before, where we allow ourselves to take center stage and have fun. Leo is also represented by the lion, and the lion is a very proud creature, someone who sits at the top of the rock and allows themselves to be seen for who they are. So Leo is a person who is confident in themselves, who is bold, who is playful as well. Whereas Aries may come across as blunt because they are unexperienced and they don't know better. Leo knows how to be liked and they want to be seen by everyone. There's an aura of love and joy to Leo that is almost childlike. Leo is the master of not only confidence and passion, but also play. To Leo, a life well lived is one that is playful and full of fun. They are fun lovers at their finest, and they also want to have something that they get to chase. Again, think of the lion. So Leo is always seeking the next thing that they can be passionate about, and they want to have fun in the process. So their passionate chase might be where the next party is, or it could be a passion project. It could be their career. Leo is not just playful and innocent, but they are also someone who holds a lot of strength. They want to lead the way. They're confident leaders when they allow themselves to take that role. So what does it mean to have Lilith in Leo? With Lilith, the planet of what we feel ashamed of, or point that we feel ashamed of, is in the sign of confident Leo. We are someone who feels generally ashamed, or like we are not allowed to be confident and playful. This is, Lilith has a lot in common with our moon sign. The difference is Lilith purely represents the part of us we feel ashamed of. So the moon does have some things that we hide, some things that we do feel ashamed of, since we are generally raised to believe that our emotional needs should not be met. But there is a similarity between Leo moons and Lilith and Leo. So Lilith and Leo was likely someone who in childhood grew up to be very playful. They just loved to have fun. They sometimes found themselves easily taking center stage and rallying a party. They just love to express their love, express their joy, be loud, be courageous, and express their confidence. But at some point along the way in childhood, they were taught to believe that they should not be like this. It could have been that a parent judged them, yelled at them. Society rejected them for those ways. They felt unaccepted by peers because of their confidence and their playfulness. And so the Lilith in Leo learns to repress these traits. Now, as an adult, Lilith in Leo feels highly ashamed of any forms of confidence, courage, joy, or enjoyment of life that they express. So Lilith in Leo has a hard time allowing themselves to let loose, be the life of the party, just live for the moment and have fun. Let alone they're going to feel like they should not be confident and they should be extremely humble and take a back seat in life and let other people shine first, which drives Lilith and Leo insane because the thing that they want is to just let themselves be the center of attention at times. What's wrong with that? At their best and most positive expression, Leo energy is someone who does take center stage. Whether that is being the front of the group and leading the way forward, or being literally at center stage, or just rallying a party and leading a party. And they do so with a realm of joy and love, because Leo at their best has the biggest heart that you can imagine, and they have more joy for living than anyone else you've ever met. In the negative, Leo energy can be expressed as being egotistical, full of pride, believing to be themselves to be quote unquote special, and not sharing the stage with anyone. So Lilith, the planet, or the point that we feel most ashamed of, demands that it be seen. And in the positive sense, when we heal our Lilith shame and embrace our traits, we experience our power. But when we don't heal that shame and are still living under the belief that we cannot be our Lilith, then we start to repress this energy, and Lilith starts to manifest itself in our reality in manipulative and negative ways. So for Lilith and Leo, they are someone who does want to embrace being center of attention, who wants to be comfortable in the spotlight, let themselves be seen every now and then, be playful, be loving, be childlike, be giving, just have fun. But when they don't allow themselves to embrace that, they start to look for being center of attention in negative ways. They lose their sense of childlike joy and love for life, and they start to bring attention to themselves by telling a sob story, so to say. And you might not notice this as a Lilith and Leo, but you're going to notice that if you pay attention, there are secret and subtle ways that you try to go about gaining attention that you think are much less likely to get you attacked, so to say. Because again, Lilith feels that if they express these traits to outright, they are going to be abandoned and thrown out from the world. So Lilith and Leo does demand to be seen and to allow themselves to have fun and enjoy life's pleasures. But if they don't allow themselves, if they don't feel like they are allowed to embrace that, Lilith and Leo is going to go about gaining attention and enjoying life through negative means, which could be overindulgence, drinking heavily, partying heavily, anything of the like, and also seeking attention by always having some form of drama. Leo can sometimes be prone towards drama because they see their emotions and how they feel and who they are with sometimes healthy and sometimes negative level of pride. They have sometimes a level of pride in themselves that makes them confident in who they are. And at the worst, it can make them be prideful and think, no one knows what I'm going through. No one understands me. I'm better than everyone else for taking on this heavy burden. So Lilith and Leo, notice if you are getting sucked into a trap of feeling like you have to negatively draw attention towards yourself because you're not allowing yourself to healthily embrace center stage. So you're probably watching this video and thinking, oh my God, this sounds so much like me as a Lilith and Leo. So what do? Lilith demands its energy be expressed. And our Black Moon Lilith is a place where we can heal ourselves greatly and embrace our powers. So at your best, Lilith and Leo, your power lies in your childlike joy. You inspire other people. The more you take action to just enjoy life, be playful, be loving, be confident in who you are, and be comfortable when the spotlight happens to be on you. To get to that point, though, requires some healing. For you feel ashamed of any time you allow yourself to take center stage, and you feel ashamed of any form of playfulness or life enjoyment. You can have a really harsh inner critic within you, or a parent that tells you you must be responsible and serious at all times. So healing for you has a lot to do with inner child healing and allowing yourself to play once again. What are the ways you used to play in childhood? What were the ways that you allowed yourself to healthily take center stage that didn't upset other people? How can you embrace those now? How can you allow yourself to be more bold and brave? Whether that is just dressing in a bold way, or if it's by entering and doing something that you've never done before, like allowing yourself to be creative and play through dancing, or joining a theater club. Whatever it is that works for you, what makes you feel playful? What makes you feel confident? What makes you feel proud of yourself and like you're worthy of being seen? The biggest wound for a Lilith and Leo is allowing themselves to be seen. So the more you allow yourself to show who you are, be seen, and let yourself be heard is going to be massively healing for you. And not only does Lilith and Leo require external actions for healing, but also just notice your inner dialogue. Reflect on when in childhood you felt that it was no longer acceptable to embrace the energy of Leo. What point did you feel that you weren't allowed to be confident, allowed to be playful, and allowed to take center stage? think about those times and go back to that memory and see if you can heal yourself and say, it's okay to be that way. This can be a very emotional process, and that is okay. If this video helped you understand everything you need to know about having your Lilith in the sign of Leo, let me know in the comments below. And one more thing about Lilith and Leo is you want to be center stage in somewhere in your life, but where that is depends on the house that your Lilith is in. So if your Lilith in Leo is in your first house, you feel shame around how you show up with people. If it's in your 10th house, you feel like you can't be spotlight in your career. Look into the house it's in and let me know what house your Lilith in Leo is in the comments below, and I'll let you know a little information about what that means for you. If you want to dive deeper, we can book a reading. While you're down there, grab the free birth chart workbook where I help you understand the basics of your chart using journal prompts. These are journal prompts that I've personally used to actually start understanding and living in alignment with my birth chart, because I was the person who for years looked into every single planet, point, aspect, house, everything in astrology, acquiring information and doing absolutely nothing with it. The birth chart workbook is the shortcut key to understanding your chart and living in alignment with just the basics of your chart, which are massively impactful for your life. So download the free birth chart workbook in the link in the description below to understand your soul's unique energetic imprint. If you're the kind of person interested in self-development and astrology, which chances are you are because you're watching this video on Lilith, which you already might know is very impactful for our self-discovery journey and self-healing. If you're that kind of person, you need to get the Making Mindfulness Fun bundle in the link in the description below, where we are offering all 30 of our workbooks and courses for only $30. That's an insane deal. I know, that's $1 per course per workbook, and we have workbooks and courses on chakra healing, astrology, mindfulness, goal setting, and so much more. Every single thing we've ever created is in this course, and guess what? I'm also adding more products to this bundle, and you'll only be able to access them in the bundle. So you get exclusive access to these 2 brand new workbooks I'm about to drop about understanding the zodiac signs and houses, and about moon sign self-care, which, if you're a Lilith in Leo, is going to be highly impactful for you to understand. So get the Making Mindfulness Fun bundle in the link in the description below. You can learn more about it first in that same link. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay tuned for more videos breaking down Lilith through the signs. Go check out the rest of the channel to learn more about your chart, and if you don't see what you're looking for, let me know in the comments below and I will film about that aspect in your birth chart very shortly. Once again, my name is Isabelle, and from my heart to yours, thank you so much for watching. Namaste.